We see many people at home, on the streets, at work, or in school during the course of our daily lives. Many of these people are smartly dressed and well-groomed, with brushed hair and immaculately pressed clothes. But there is something else behind all these images. How long do these people have to spend in order to look so fine? Everyone spends a good part of the day cleaning and grooming themselves. But no matter how much they wash and groom themselves, it's always temporary. Someone who brushes his teeth may look as if he had never done so just an hour later. In summer, someone who's just had a shower may well need another one in a couple of hours' time. A man who spends a long time shaving will have to repeat the whole process when he wakes up the next day. Have you ever wondered why our bodies require so much maintenance and care? Why do we have to spend so much time cleaning our bodies? Why is it that bacteria or viruses, too small to be seen with the naked eye, can do the body so much harm? And why does the human body gradually wear out and grow old? Without exception. This truth applies to the richest and most attractive people in the world, all the kings, emperors, and rulers there have ever been, and all the celebrities alive today. They will all be unrecognizable if they do not take care of themselves for a few days. The changes that appear with age also apply to them. Yes, the human body needs to be cared for and protected in all respects. One never knows what will happen under the conditions of this world. One may live in the most advanced city on earth, or else in a mountain village with no electricity or running water. One can still face danger at the most unexpected moment. People may contract a fatal disease or become crippled. Everything that happens will wear away the physical strength of the body, something we imagine we will never lose, its beauty, or some other feature we are so proud of. One may become incapable of remembering one's friends and loved ones, just like David Rodriguez. He had a very busy social life, a beloved family, and a fiancée. But a traffic accident took away all the meaning it held for him. David spent 2 weeks in a coma and suffered brain damage, meaning he was no longer able to recognize anyone. He even forgot people he had seen just a few minutes before.
He was in the hospital. Say I would go in and talk to him, and he wouldn't even call me mother or anything. And not only that, but after 5 minutes, if I would go outside and come back 5 minutes afterwards, then he would just think I was someone different.
A day or even an hour before the accident, he would probably never have believed that was possible. This is a famous shopping mall in South Korea, or rather, it was. Everyone there just thought they were going to do some ordinary shopping, but all their plans were wiped out in the most unexpected way. An explosion caused by a gas leak destroyed the building in less than 20 seconds. When the cloud of dust dispersed, the shopping center had collapsed. A building that was once a symbol of economic prosperity in Seoul was now nothing but a mass of twisted steel and concrete. All those plans lay beneath that mass of concrete. Through such examples, Allah shows us the transitory nature of this world and that death can come at any moment. Binding ourselves to this brief life is like locking oneself in a building that is about to collapse. No sensible person could be so mistaken. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. Make a metaphor for them of the life of this world. It is like water which we send down from the sky, and the plants of the earth combine with it, but then become dry chaff, scattered by the winds. Allah has absolute power over everything. Surat Al-Kahf, 45. Christopher Reeve was Superman for millions of people when he played the legendary cartoon superhero in a film. Everyone regarded him as very strong, and he was very famous, but one day everything changed. He fell from a horse. He broke many bones in his body, including his neck, and he was paralyzed. He couldn't even breathe without mechanical assistance. Nothing remained of his former strength. He was only able to move with the assistance of others. He lived like that for 9 years before dying in 2004. He had his fans during his life. He had money and plans for the future. He may have been mistaken into thinking he had a splendid life in this world, just like other famous people who died many years before. But, just like everyone else, he was buried all alone below the ground. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. You have come to us all alone, just as we created you at first, leaving behind everything we bestowed upon you. Surat Al-An'am, 94. The body, a mass of flesh and bone, weighing an average of 70 to 80 kilograms, is covered with a thin layer of skin. That delicate skin is, of course, easily damaged, torn or bruised by the slightest blow. It cannot remain very long under the sun. If it stays there too long, it first turns red and then swells up and fills with water. It is similarly unable to withstand water for too long of a period of time. Allah has created human beings in the finest form and equipped them with perfect systems. But in order to show the transitory nature of this world and prevent people from being caught up in their earthly desires, He also created the body out of materials such as flesh and fat that are easily damaged. One of human beings' main weaknesses is the fact that their raw materials are so prone to decay. People often feel the weakness of their bodies as a reminder from Allah. There are no such concepts as flawless beauty, ageless face, or a disease-free body in this world. Because this world is a place we stay in on a temporary basis to be tested, our true home lies in the hereafter. Let us consider another example. The effects of cold weather makes the weakness of the human body crystal clear. Cold weather gradually paralyzes people's defense physiology. The gradual collapse of the body can be observed in such weather. At first, the heart rate rises, the blood vessels contract, and arterial pressure rises. The body begins shivering to warm itself. When body temperature falls to 35 degrees centigrade, a serious danger reveals itself. The heart rate begins slowing down, blood pressure falls, and the blood vessels in the arms and legs, and particularly in the fingers, begin shrinking. Someone with a body temperature of 35 degrees centigrade begins to display confusion, sleepiness, and loss of concentration. His mental processes slow down. Without any doubt, The most important point here is how a drop in body temperature of just 1.5 degrees can lead to such significant consequences. If a person remains exposed to cold for a prolonged time and body temperature falls below 33 degrees, loss of memory and consciousness follows. When body temperature falls to 24 degrees, respiration ceases. Brain activity ceases at 20 degrees, and at 19 degrees, the heart stops and death inevitably follows. It is most important to understand the reason for human physical weakness, because these weaknesses show us that we can never know true contentment in this world, no matter what we do. The reason why all things are created is for us to realize our helplessness before Allah, our Creator, and that this world is a transitory domain. Someone who realizes this will look toward his true abode, paradise, and remember that one must not be blindly devoted to this world, because we are promised an eternal life of paradise. There are no defects, flaws, or physical weakness in paradise. There, one will have all his earthly desires and will be entirely free of such physical deficiencies as fatigue, growing old, thirst, hunger, and sickness.